ॐ तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदादतं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयामदेवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुं सस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। श्री श्री रामकृष्ण कथामृते प्रथमोध्याय प्रथम दर्शन, the Gospel of Ramakrishna, the first meeting of M with Sri Ramakrishna, where Sri Ramakrishna discusses when karma will automatically drop out. He says when you take the name of God even once, tears flow down your cheeks and hairs on your body stand on end, horripilation, and you get choked and spontaneously you are elevated to a higher spiritual consciousness. When such a situation naturally, spontaneously arises, then you will know that your work has come to an end. Then he says, just take only the name of God or even just Shuddha Pranava Om. Then he goes on to say, Sandhya merges into Gayatri, Gayatri again merges into Om. Sandha Gayatri te loy hoy, Gayatri abar Omkare loy hoy. This was a profound statement which we are discussing. Sandhya is the action, ritualistic practices in religion, and they drop out automatically when you get absorbed in thought of God, and they emerge in prayer. If you go by the Panchatma paradigm, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya, Atma, action and thought, they take place from the Annamaya, Pranamaya and Manomaya. Manomaya is the place from which thoughts emanate. Or if you go from the Shat Chakra paradigm, 6 chakras, Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddha, Agya, and last is Sahasrara, which is beyond the Shat Chakras. So the Mooladhara, Swadhisthana and Manipura corresponding to Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, these are the planes at which action by the senses, Indriyas, Jnanendriyas, Chakshu Karna Nasikatmak Jikhva, leading to the experiences of Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. This is well known, discussed several times. These actions, they drop away, and the Vak, in the sense of emanating from the Manipura, the mind, mental cogitation, actions and thoughts, they cease to function. With a higher spiritual consciousness gets awakened in the heart, Vijnanamaya, Hrit Chakra, Hrit Padma, Dahara Akasha, Hridaya Akasha. There are so many different terms that are used in Vedanta and Tantra and Yoga. And then gets the awakening of the higher spiritual consciousness in man. A human being, a sadhaka, realizes himself or herself as a spiritual entity, as a spirit consciousness encased in a body. The higher spiritual consciousness, called the Jivatma, first is realized when you reach the heart center, the Anahata or the Vijnanamaya Atma. Vijnanamaya according to Vedanta, Anahata according to Tantra. Then you see a mysterious uncreated light of consciousness, Chaitanya Jyoti, Antar Jyoti, inner light, and you listen to a mysterious unstruck sound called the Anahata Dhvani. This Anahata Dhvani is Om, Pranava. The Sandhya from the Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, actions of the senses, of the body, physical and mental, they merge into Gayatri, which is the Anahata, which is the Vijnanamaya, the seat of the Jivatman. Sandha Gayatri Telayahai. You reach the Anahata, then there is an awakening of your higher spiritual consciousness. You realize for the first time that you are not this body-mind complex, but you are a spirit encased in the body. You are not a deha, body, but dehi, a spirit living in the body. You are not a sharira, the body, but shariri, a spirit, Atman, possessing the body as one possesses a house. The body is called a pura, city in which the Atman lives. And this body has 9 gates, Navadvare Pure Dehi Naiva Kuruvanna Karayan Bhagavad Gita. 9 gated city, 7 openings, orifices in the facial part, 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, and 2 ears, 6, and the mouth, 7. And 2 orifices, 2 openings in the lower part of the body. There are 9. And the Kathopanishad speaks of 11 gates. Purameka dashadvaram ajasya vakra chetasaha. Added to these 9 are the Nabhi, the navel, which is an opening, which gets closed later on, and the Brahmarandhra, the top of the crown of the head, which also opens up. Vyapohya Sirsha Kapale, Taittiriya Upanishad. So this body is a city in which the spirit lives. The body is a house which you possess. You are not this body or the senses. You own them, you possess them, you use them. The spirit living in the body and not the body mixed up with the spirit. Swami Vivekananda therefore said, even the language which ordinarily is being used reflects the culture and the philosophy. In the West, in English, for example, they say a grandfather died, they'll say, my grandfather has given up the ghost. In India, we say, he has given up the body. Sharir chhede diye. Sharir tyag kar diya. What is the fundamental difference? The Western thinking, the Christian thinking is, you are a body and the spirit is living in the body, and you give up the ghost of the spirit. The Indian idea is you are a spirit living in the body, and the spirit leaves the body, and the spirit says, I have given up this body. Dehatyaga, Deha Patana, Sharira Patana, the falling of the body. Death is called Dehapata. Sharira is being thrown out. So when you reach the Kundalini reaches the Anahata Chakra in the Tantric language, or in the Vedantic language, when you reach the Vijnanamaya Atman, you realize yourself as a spirit. Although you still have not completely separated the spirit from the body. Separating the spirit from the body, from the Atman, from the Anatman, is called Viveka. Separating out, sifting out. Atma, Anatma, Viveka. Sad, Asad, Viveka. Nitya, Anitya, Viveka. We have Swami Vivekananda, whose name means literally a person who delights in Viveka, Viveka Ananda. Swami Ramakrishnan wrote a beautiful small poem, hymn, stotra on Swami Vivekananda, in which he says, Vivekajananda nimagna chittam vivekadanaika vinodashilam viveka bhasa kamaniya kantim vivekinam tam satatam namami. He is shining through Viveka. He is delighting in the joy born of Viveka. And he is extremely joyful, giving Viveka as a blessing to everybody. That Viveki, one possessor of Viveka, Viveka Ananda, I bow down my salutations to him. So first you realize yourself as a spirit when you reach the Vijnanamaya. Then, after having reached the individual Vijnanamaya, the Vyashti Vijnanamaya, which is called the Buddhi, which is called Dhi, which is called Medha in the Vedas, the Medha Suktam, which is called Prajna in Yoga Sutra, Prajna Aloka, the light of Prajna. Ritambhara Prajna, Prajna which is filled with truth. So this is the realization which you get when you reach the individual Vyashti Vijnanamaya. Then you move over to the cosmic Vijnanamaya, the collective Vijnanamaya, the Samashti Vijnanamaya, which is called Samashti Buddhyupahita Chaitanya. The Chaitanya, the consciousness, which has been Upahita, of which there are limiting adjuncts called Upadhis, which are the Samashti Buddhi. You have the conglomeration, combination of all the buddhis, dhis, of all the beings in this universe. Then you have collective buddhi. That is considered the upadhi of the spirit. Then that spirit of which this collective buddhi is the upadhi is called Samashti Buddhyupahita Chaitanya, which is called the Hiranyagarbha or the Mahat. Kathopanishad will therefore say, Yached vang manasi pragyaha tadyached jnana atmani jnanamatmani mahatini yached tadyached shanta atmani. The whole process of sadhana, the secret of moving on to superconsciousness, what Swami Yatishwaranandaji describes in poetic language in his famous book, Adventures in Spiritual Life. He says, secret stairs to superconsciousness. There is a secret stair which gives you access to superconscious experience. Yached vang manasi pragyaha. Pragya, a person of wisdom, a man of wisdom, a spiritual aspirant, a sadhaka. He takes vak and merges it in the mind. Just like Ramakrishna said, Sandhya merges into Gayatri. He merges vak, which is representative of the senses. Sandhya is performed by the senses, work, and that merges into Gayatri. Eched vang manasi pragya tadyached jnana atmani. Senses and the mind is Sandhya. That is merged into Jnana Atman, which is the Vijnanamaya, into Gayatri, that he. Then you move on to the cosmic Vijnanamaya, Samashti Buddhyupahita Chaitanya, which is called Hiranyagarbha in Vedanta, and which is called Mahat in Sankhya. These are very profound spiritual truths of Vedanta and Tantra and Yoga, and one has to dive deep into oneself. Years of sadhana will give you clarity about this. Yached vang manasi pragya tadyached jnana atmani. Sandhya merges into Gayatri, which is the Jnana Atman, Vijnanamaya Atman. Jnanamatmani mahatini yached. This Mahat Hiranyagarbha is the Saguna Brahman or the Apara Brahman. This is one aspect of Om. Sandhya merges into Gayatri, Gayatri merges into Om. Om has two aspects. It could represent the Apara Brahman, Hiranyagarbha, Saguna Brahman, or it could indicate the Nirguna Brahman or the Parabrahman. In the Kathopanishad, both these aspects are discussed. Om ityekaksharam brahma vyaharan mamanusmaran, the Bhagavad Gita. When somebody repeats Omkara and thinking of God, he leaves the body, he gets the supreme state. In the Kathopanishad, Sarve Veda Yat Padamamananti Tapamsi Sarvani cha Yad Vadanti Yadichanto Brahmacharyam Charanti Tatte Padam Sangrahena Bravimi Om Ityetat. That state, which is the most coveted by all the tapasvis, men of austerity and renunciation and tapasya, and desiring which the sadhakas, the spiritual aspirant, take to the path of brahmacharya. They control their senses and live in the close proximity of the Guru. That pada, that state, I am going to tell you in brief. Om ityetat, that is Om. etadhyevaksharam brahma, etadhyevaksharam param, etadhyevaksharam gyatva, yo yadichhati tasya tat. This Om, this Akshara, is Parabrahman and Aparabrahman. It could be the Vachaka of the Vachya, which is Brahman. Or it could be Pratika, symbol. If you take it to be the Vachaka of Aparabrahman or Hiranyagarbha or the Saguna Brahman or God, then etadhye vaksharam brahma, etadhye vaksharam param. Then it means that you could reach the Apara Brahma, Saguna Brahma, God, through the channel of Om. That's a place we can reach, the Hiranyagarbha Loka, Satya Loka. Or, if this Om represents the Parabrahman, the Supreme Brahman, then it would mean that you can realize it, know it as your own very self. Shankara, Bhagavan Bhashyakara says in the Kathopanishad commentary on this verse, Aparam ched praptavyam, param ched gyatavyam. If it is taken to be Apara Brahman, Hiranyagarbha, then it means it has to be reached, it has to be attained, it's a state to attain. Param Chet, if it is taken as the Supreme Brahman, Nirguna Brahman, it cannot be reached because it is not a state, it is not a place. It has to be realized. It is realizable in your innermost being as your own very self. I am Atma, Brahma. This Atman, individual self, is verily the Supreme Self, the Mahavakya. The purport of the Mahavakya is establishing the identity, non-difference of the individual self, the Jivatma, with the Supreme Self, the Paramatma. Atma, Brahma, Aikya. Oneness, identity of the Atman and Brahman. This is considered in the Advaita Vedanta tradition as the purport of the entire Upanishadic and Vedic literature. To make you realize your infinite real nature. Your real nature is infinite, vast, absolute. These relative upadhis or accretions that you feel are superimposed upon you. They are not part of your real nature. They are superimpositions upon you, and if these superimpositions are removed, upadhis are completely eliminated, you realize yourself as infinite nature. Example which is given is that a person is acting in a drama or a cinema as a rickshaw puller, as a beggar, but he is a millionaire, he is an actor of great repute. The part which is taken up in the cinema or in the drama is the upadhi, which he has assumed for the sake of acting. If that is removed, his real nature as a multimillionaire comes up. They give also the example of an ordinary person and a king of kings. If the king loses his rajya, his kingdom, and all the wealth, he becomes one with the beggar. The beggarness of the beggar is removed, the kingship of the king is removed, they remain as one indivisible human ship. All of us are human beings. On that, so many upadhis are superimposed. I am a Brahmin, I am a Kshatriya, I am a Shudra, I am this, I am a scholar, I am an ignorant person, I am a monk, I am a sannyasin, I am a grihastha, I am poor, I am rich, all kinds of upadhis, accretions, aberrations are imagined in humanness. Go beyond that, even the humanness is imagined in the divinity. My real nature is that divine, infinite, absolute, vast, immutable, undecaying. But I have come to imagine myself as a little jiva or a being. If the jiva-hood, which is alpagya, knows very little, mritatva, subject to death and decay, nirananda, joyless. If all these upadhis are eliminated, what remains is only the Chaitanya. And if the Ishvara, who is a Sarvagya, all-knowing, Sarva Shaktiman, all-powerful, omnipotent, omniscient, and Sarva Vyapi, omnipresent. If these upadhis of Ishvara is eliminated, you get Shuddha Chaitanya. When the Shuddha Chaitanya is extracted from the vast infinite and the smallest of the small, as Chaitanya they become one, they are one. It's only the upadhi which makes you feel that they are different. Man and woman, animals and human beings, plantations and animals, hundreds of thousands of differences we create through Bheda Buddhi, through our mind which creates the differences. If you have a mind which sees no difference at all, a special kind of drishti or vision opens up which is holistic, complete, which sees only the whole and the parts are completely submerged in the whole. This is called Satvika Jnana in the Gita, 18th chapter, 20th verse, 1820. Sarva bhuteshu yenekam bhavam avyayamikshate avibhaktam vibhakteshu tajnanam vidhi satvikam. Know that to be the sattvic jnana, sattvic knowledge. What is that? Vibhakteshu sarva bhuteshu, in all the beings which appear to be divided, appear to be different, differentiated, yena, by which knowledge? Ekam avyayam bhavam ikshate. One avyaya, undecaying, immutable, infinite bhava, substance is seen, realized. That buddhi, that jnana by which this happens is called sattvika jnana. Vibhakteshu sarvabhuteshu yena jnanena sattvikena ekam avyayam bhavam ikshate tad sattvikam jnanam iti vidhi. This is the Anvaya. Khandita jnana, differentiated, fragmented knowledge is rajasic and it is born of ignorance. All differences are born of ignorance. Oneness is the supreme truth. So you move from the individual Vijnanamaya to the cosmic Vijnanamaya, Samashti Vijnanamaya Upahita Chaitanya called the Hiranyagarbha, or God, or Saguna Brahman, Apara Brahman, then you have almost reached the goal. Yached Vang Manasi Pragya Tadyached Jnana Atmani Sandhya merges into Gayatri. Jnanamatmani Mahatini Yached. Gayatri merges into the Om, the Apara Brahma aspect of the Om. Tadyached Shanta Atmani, the Supreme Parabrahman, which is the Parabrahman aspect of the Om. The Aparabrahma aspect of Om is the Hiranyagarbha or the Mahat. The Parabrahma aspect of Om is the Supreme Reality. Tadyached Shanta Atmani. This is the Kathopanishad verse. Sandhya merges into Gayatri. Sandhya, Annamaya Pranamaya Manomaya, merges into Gayatri, which is the Vijnanamaya. Gayatri merges into Om. The Vijnanamaya merges into the Samashti Vijnanamaya as Hiranyagarbha. And that goes beyond and goes to the Parabrahman, which can't be described, which can't be spoken about, which can't be thought about. Ashabdamasparishamaropamabhyayam tatharasam nityam agandhavachayat anadjanantam mahatav param dhruvam nichayatan mrityumakhat pramuchyate. Mahatav param dhruvam, shashvata, undecaying, eternal, timeless. Mahatav param, beyond the Mahat, beyond the Hiranyagarbha. So from the individual Vijnanamaya, this Gayatri, you move on to the cosmic Vijnanamaya Upahita Chaitanya, which is the Hiranyagarbha. From there you move on the supreme reality of Om. Sandhya merges into Gayatri, and Gayatri again merges into Om. Sandhya Gayatri te lay hoy, Gayatri abar Omkare lay hoy. So ultimately the Om is the only reality which manifests at the relative level. The level of space-time causation is Hiranyagarbha, Mahat, and that comes down up to the Panchamahabhuta in the 24 cosmic principle, Chaturvimshati Tattva of Sankhya, which Vedanta has adopted. And beyond that is the Purusha, which is the Nirguna aspect of Om. This is the sadhana which is prescribed in the Kathopanishad. What is the meaning of all this? As Ramakrishna said, Sandhya Gayatri te lay hoy, Gayatri abar Omkare lay hoy. Try to merge Sandhya in the Gayatri. Sandhya, all your activity, by speech, by action, Panchakarmendriya and Panchajnanendriya, 5 organs of action and 5 organs of sensation or perception, all these should be merged in the mind. It's only a mental activity you should have. And beyond the mental activity is the Vijnanamaya, which is the Gayatri, the awakening of the higher self. And that should be merged once again in the lower and the higher aspects of Om or Brahman, Apara Brahman and Parabrahman. This is the profound significance of this pithy statement by Sri Ramakrishna. Sandhya merges into Gayatri and Gayatri again merges into Om. This is the practice. What is the philosophical statement? Just a few mantras before that, Kathopanishad also says, Indriyebhya parahyartha arthebhyascha param manah manasastu para buddhi बुद्धेरात्मा महान् परः महतः परम् अव्यक्तम् अव्यक्तात् पुरुषः परः पुरुषान्न परं किंचित् सा काष्ठा सा परागतिः. After this comes this verse, Yached Vang Manasi Pragya, as a practice. This is the theory, this is the practice. What is the theory? Indriyabhya parahyartha, the objects are superior to the indriyas. Arthebhyascha param manah, superior to that is the manas, or the mind. Manasastu para buddhihi. Buddhi is the Vijnanamaya, is the dhi, pragya, individual. Buddher atma mahan paraha. Mahan atma is the mahat tattva, which is the Hiranyagarbha. Bhagavan Bhashyakara Shankara says in the Kathopanishad Bhashya on this verse, what is Mahat? Avyaktat prathamam jatam Hiranyagarbham tattvam. That which is born of Avyakta, which is Prakriti, undifferentiated, the first manifestation in the world of differentiation, in the world of relativity, in the world of space, time and causation, is the projection from the Avyakta into the Vyakta. The first evolute of Avyakta Prakriti is Hiranyagarbha. Avyaktad Prathamam Jatam, the first born is Hiranyagarbha, which is the Mahat. Indriyebhya parahyartha arthebhyascha param manah manasastu para buddhihi buddher atma mahan parah mahata param avyaktam. That is Prakriti. Avyaktat purusha parah. The Purusha, who is beyond space, time and causation, the Supreme Being, the Absolute, is beyond even Prakriti. What is beyond that? Nothing is beyond this. Purushanna param kinchit. There is nothing which is beyond the Purusha. Sa kashtha sa paragatihi. He is the Supreme, he is the pinnacle, and he is the Supreme Gati, the Supreme state to be attained. Kathopanishad. This is the meaning of what Ramakrishna says, Sandhya Gayatri te loy hoy. Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya gets merged in the Vijnanamaya, individual. And the individual Vijnanamaya gets merged in the cosmic Vijnanamaya Upahita Chaitanya, Samashti Vijnana Upahita Chaitanya, which is the Hiranyagarbha, which is one aspect of Om, and that once again leads you to the Supreme Parabrahman, Om's aspect as the Supreme. Jnanam Atmani Mahatani Yachet Tadyachet Shanta Atmani. Mahata Param Avyaktam Avyaktat Purusha Paraha. This is the secret of spiritual experience and the secret of spiritual knowledge and the secret of the whole gamut of spiritual theories, which are realizable theories, practicable theories, doable experiments. The entire country with hundreds of thousands of spiritual beings, rishis and munis, realized people and people struggling for realization, were deeply absorbed in this pursuit of discovering, exploring the inner reality. The first step in this is the discovery of a heart center, which is called the Anahata, or the Gayatri or the Dhi. Anahata Dhvani you hear. You hear the Anahata Dhvani, which is Om. Om has been discussed, analyzed, theoretical framework set, and practical experiences and practical sadhana have been devised and taught. Every scripture of Hinduism worth the name will discuss the glory of Om. It is the king or the Sirshasthaniya, the supreme state of the entire Veda. It's called Rishabha. Rishabha is the word which is used, the bull, majestic bull. This is the supreme, the most powerful and the supreme word, syllable, akshara, is Om. Yas chandasam rishabho vishvarupaha. Taittiriya Upanishad. Chandasam rishabha. The supreme syllable in the entire Veda, Vishvarupaha. It may appear to be a small syllable, like a seed of a banyan tree from which comes the entire huge, majestic, vast banyan tree. This little syllable Om, Vishvarupaha. Its actual form is Vishvarupa. Sarvarupa is all-pervading, infinitely vast. Taittiriya Upanishad. In the Mandukya Upanishad, the entire discussion is based on Om. It begins by saying, Om ityetadidam sarvam. All that exists is only Om. Exists where? In this world, the next world. Bhur, Bhuva, Suva, Maha, Jana, Tava, Satyam. From the Bhur Loka up to the Satya Loka, all the 7 planes of existence. The inner world and the outer world. The individual and the cosmic. The entire spectrum is only Om. All the gods and goddesses, all the forms that you see can be derived from this one small seed, bija, called Om, called the bija mantra. The universal bija mantra is Om, and individual deities, devatas, have different bija mantras. Krim is the bija mantra of Kali. Aim is the bija mantra of Saraswati. Gam is the bija mantra of Ganesha. Kling is the bija mantra of Krishna, and so on. But Om will be common. In fact, any deity, any devata can be invoked by just uttering Om during the puja. And that which is transcendent, formless, infinite, beyond time, space and causation, nirguna, qualityless, that also can be invoked by saying Om. Om is the entire spectrum of this world and the next world, transcendent and immanent, absolute and relative, vast, infinite, and also the microcosmic, the smallest of the small. Ano riniyan mahato mahiyan atmasya jantor nihito guhayam. The vaster than the vastest and smaller than the smallest. This Atman is hidden in the cave of your heart. These are great realizations. Merely by talking about them as I am doing and listening about them as you are doing, you can get some indication at the most, but you have to dive deep, hard. Work is necessary. So Ramakrishna gives a beautiful example. Somebody wrote to a friend in Calcutta, you are coming home, I heard. Good things are not available in my village. Please bring 1 piece of cloth and 5 sairs of sandesh, a sweet made in Bengal. Rasagulla and sandesh are the brand sweets in Bengal. Then he said, I will purchase it when I go. Then he forgot what is to be purchased. And we are frantically searching for that letter. Where is that letter? What is to be purchased? After a lot of search, he found that letter. 5 shares Sandesh, Akhana Kapod. 5 shares of Sandesh and 1 piece of cloth. What will he do then? Will we memorize the letter as we memorize the scriptures? Or will he jump about? 5 shares Sandesh, Akhana Kapod. 5 shares Sandesh, Akhana Kapod. 5 shares Sandesh, Akhana Kapod. 5 shares Sandesh, 1 piece of cloth. You will not be dancing about. You will throw that letter, Sri Ramakrishna beautifully says, and go about procuring those things. So how long will he go on memorizing and reading the scriptures? The moment they have understood the truth, the meaning and purport of the scriptures and the Vedas and Vedanta, go beyond them and dive deep. How many times in the Gospel of Ramakrishna, the Kathamrita, Sri Ramakrishna repeats, dive deep, dive deep. Doob thou, doob thou. Doob, 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 roop, sagare, amar mon. This song is a very favorite song of Sri Ramakrishna. Dive deep, O mind, in the ocean of God's beauty. Doob de re man kali bole. O mind, dive deep into the innermost being of your heart, saying Kali's name, Om, Kali, the deity, Ishtadevata, and great gems, rubies, and diamonds you will get there. Ratana manika kata pore ache shei jole. How many kinds of ratna, manikya, so many rubies and diamonds and precious gems are lying deep into this ocean. Dive deep and retrieve these. But we are afraid. Anybody who dives deep, risking his own life, he gets the highest. Kabir Das, such simple couplets, dohas they are called in Hindi. Jin dhoonda tin paiya gahara pani pait. Mai baura dooban dara raha kinare bait. Whosoever dived deep into the ocean, they got wonderful gems. I was fool, I was mad, I was stupid. My baura, dooban dara. I was terribly afraid of diving deep. Raha kinare bait. I was simply sitting on the banks and cogitating. Should I dive? Should I not dive? Is it a risk that I should take? The smell of the world has not gone for us. Sri Ramakrishna used to make fun. The fish basket smell. The story is, there were some fisher women who had finished the day's work and returning home. At that time it became dark. They can't walk in darkness. They immediately took shelter in the nearest home. That was the custom in ancient India. Any atithi, any guest suddenly walking in should be given respect as if he is a god, he is a devata. The place in which they were taking shelter was a florist's place. He was dealing with very fragrant flowers, jasmine and lotus and so on. So after having their night meal, they were put to rest, but they could not sleep. The host in that house went and said, "Oh, why are you not sleeping well? Is there any difficulty? How can I help you?" Then they said, "You see, there's a problem which you are facing. Too much of fragrance, such wonderful fragrance of flowers, and we are not used to it. We are used to the smell of fish. Can you give us the fish basket? We have kept it in a corner somewhere. Please bring the fish basket. Then the owner of the host was simply amazed. What is this? They don't feel comfortable with the fragrance of the flowers. They want the foul smell of fish. Anyway, the basket was brought. Then they sprinkled some water in the fish basket so the smell comes out, and keeping it near their noses and smelling the basket, the fish smell, they slept happily. So Ramakrishna's satire is something remarkable. He is telling us, all of us, the world is your fish basket. We are deeply absorbed in this fish basket. The smell of the world will not go. We are feeling very uncomfortable when you go to holy places. Some people cannot even sleep well. One of my friends came to Belur Math. He was highly knowledgeable. He's a general manager in a company, a product of IIT and IIM. Then he said, I will go to Belur Math. Evening around 7:30, when the Arati had just finished, all the devotees had gone, and a very few devotees and sannyasins and brahmacharis were quietly meditating in the temple. He said, when I entered the temple, I could hear my own heartbeat. Top, 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 lop, top, lop, top, lop. And every foot that I was placing, I felt terribly frightened. So much of silence and so much of elevated vibration, I just couldn't bear it. He told me candidly, how is it that you people are able to stay here? So lonely, so quiet, and so extremely powerfully shaking vibrations which you can't bear if you even have a slightest attraction to the fish basket, the world, worldly life. Lust and gold, as Ramakrishna said. Then I say, I want to go back. Hare, you came here for a week, stay on for some time. Then please allow me to go out. And then come back in the evening. Then he came back. He was smiling, so joyful. So where did you go? I didn't know where to go. So I went to the Howrah station, purchased a platform ticket, went inside, and a big staircase where hundreds of people are climbing up and climbing down, and the trains are coming and the announcements are being made. So much of noise and pandemonium and confusion and chaos. And I listened to that completely chaotic noise everywhere. And I ate something on the way in the hotel. Now I feel completely relaxed. See, spiritual life is not easy. Unless you are elevated, you can't bear the silence. You can't bear being alone. This COVID-19 pandemic, the lockdown, it is driving people mad. People, when are you going to open? When are the cinema halls opening? When is the entertainment industry opening up? You can't be quiet. But those who have cultivated the habit of living themselves, living with Omkara, Sandhya, all the activity is merged into Gayatri, the Dhi, the heart. And the heart, you are now merging into the Hiranyagarbha, which is the Apara Brahman, the lower aspect of Om, and then to the higher aspect of Om. Then when you constantly listen to the Anahata Dhvani in the heart, you just close your eyes and enjoy so much of bliss. Constantly the Anahata Dhvani, Omkara Dhvani is reverberating in your heart. Then comes bliss. From the Vijnanamaya, you go to Anandamaya. Ananda comes to you, and you are absorbed in the higher spiritual Ananda arising from the vibrations of Om. Shandha Gayatri te loy hai, Gayatri avar Omkare loy hai. Sandhya merges into Gayatri, Gayatri again merges into Om. So the Mandukya Upanishad takes us this Om and gives a new dimension to the discussion of Om, analyzing the syllables A, U, Ma, and mapping them onto Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, the waking state, the dream state, and the deep sleep state, and mapping them onto the three matras, Avuma, and the individual and collective, Vyashti and Samashti, thereby moving on from Avuma, waking, dreaming, deep sleep, considers Pada, a quarter, that catapults you into that which is beyond Avuma, Amatras Chaturtha, which is called the Turiya, the fourth state, which is the supreme state of Atman Brahman. This small statement of Sri Ramakrishna has such profound significance. We need to discuss and understand Om as described in the Mandukya Upanishad, because these 12 verses in the Mandukya Upanishad, just 12 mantras, the smallest of Upanishads, completely devoted to the discussion and ramifications of the meaning of Om from the point of view of Vedantic theory and sadhana or realization. Om Niranjanam Nityamanantarupam Bhaktanukampadhrita Vigraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamidyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.